Hey everybody, it's Tuesday here in Northwest Houston. I had an interesting day so far, right? I was on the Titan call and I got here as early as I could today. Got here about 10:30, and then the I'm on the Titan call, and then I'm it's got my mind going, right? So I wrote a list. This is my new target market, okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, One is realtors and mortgage brokers and loan officers. Why? Because I was in that business, okay, and I can see how, especially right now, how what we do can help them, okay, and if they get on board with us, if they get a license, and you know what, if I talk to somebody and they balk about getting a life and health license, I just ask for a referral because I can't, I'm not going to twist their arm, right? They're either going to see this or they don't. They got this huge database already of people that already have confidence in them, and it's a natural transition, okay, especially for the mortgage people, right? And because they're already used to looking at the same things we look at, we just got to get them to shift their brain to see where this guy is right now, what he has for assets, what he has for income, what his discretionary is. What can we do with that to get him where he needs to be, pay off all his debt, pay off his mortgage, and get him to where he can retire with dignity. Okay, and when you show them that, all right, and then of course, you know, they can get their commissions underwriting list 4 days, right, with us, right, instead of a whole month. All right. Then next is veterans. Why? Because I was a veteran, Navy SEALs especially, right? Um, for two reasons. One is we have a lot of people in our business that are from other parts of the world, first generations Americans, or Americans. They're and they we're around other cultures our whole careers in the military, so that's not going to phase us a lot. Some people have a hard time with the heavy accents and the way the their demeanor. Okay, where in the military we've seen it all before. We know, when a Filipino's talking really fast, and you say, you don't go what, you go, excuse me, I'm sorry, can you slow down because I can hear you a little bit better. They understand that and they'll slow down, right? And then another civil engineers. I don't know why. Um, Civil engineers, for some reason, um, that can relate to them. We talk about snipers looking through the scope and the mil dots and how I used to always hold the stick for my old man, right? Trigonometry, things like that, right? Um, got areas of relatability. I did construction lending, so areas of relatability. Civil engineers, land surveyors, all right. I click with it. Of course, Filipinos, right? Right. My swim buddy and roommate all the way through SEAL training was Cyril Galindo, and I know that they can get pretty intense, right? And there's a lot of successful Filipinos in our business. Doctors and nurses, same thing. Tons of doctors and nurses in our business, right? There's something going on in the medical profession. They work them to the bone. Okay, um, you know they're there's issues there. Otherwise, there wouldn't be so many people from those professions in our business. Pastors. Oh wow, this is a great one. Okay, pastors, they want their people to be, you know, successful, right? If their people are doing better financially, they tithe more. Oh, how about that, right? But when they especially they tell me, they do marital counseling, it always comes down to the finances, right? So with the workshops and educate them more, get them both on the same page, that's golden, right? It'll their relationships just change when they both get on the same page with their goals and their financial goals and their financial discipline. Okay. Um, General contractor, same reason as the well, especially right now with what's happening in the economy, it's going to be getting worse. Those people are going to be hurting, okay, because the interest rates going up, and that's going to be harder for people to get loans to build houses. Okay, salon owners and hairstylists, man, they get paid straight cash. They know that if they don't save their money, they'll stand behind a chair the rest of their life. right? And as much as they'll talk to you, and they get tired. They don't listen. They don't hardly hear you because they just like to listen to everybody's stuff, all their drama all the time. Okay, but they make good money, all right, and they know they need to save. Okay, and a lot of the Merrill Lynch's and the Edward Jones and the other, they don't have enough money for them to mess with. But we'll help everybody. Okay, fitness trainers for the same reason, right? These you know they there's no 401k, right? There's no pension for fitness trainers, and eventually, you know, they're going to be taking better care of themselves than most of the people. They're going to last a little bit longer, right? Which means that they could outlast their money if they don't have their money working for them correctly. Okay, then drone pilots. Why? Because I got a bunch of drone pilots in my database, right? But drone pilots are like any other business, right? They make money. They need to save money in taxes, and they need to be having their money work for them so they don't have to be doing that the rest of their life. Okay. Um, Boxers, boxer managers, and promoters. Arlex Flores got me and my girlfriend. All right. She said, you should be talking to boxers. I'm like, I didn't think of that. Right. And, well, now with what's happened with cryptocurrency, I know there's a whole bunch of pro fighters that are taking big hits right now because of what's going on in the crypto market. A lot of them got paid their purses in crypto, right? And they all need it, just like any other athlete, pro athletes like basketball players and baseball players and football players. They sign that contract. They guess what? They get a financial advisor, right? They it's they're probably their manager is a financial advisor. Okay, right? But boxers don't get that, right? So talking to managers and promoters, getting these boxers, and you know what? They got the discipline, right? They come to training. I remember when I was fighting with Roy Jones Sr., I watched these fighters, man, the way they're so precise and filling there was no dead space in the training. They made it every night, right? That's the kind of dedication you need to do this business, okay? Um, and then coaches of any kind, baseball, football, whatever, coaches and athletes, and then HVAC techs, right? I learned that because my son is an HVAC tech, right? And he's making more money now than he was in the top sales bracket with Tesla, okay? And guess what? They need to save their money too, right? You teach them how to do their own individual banking strategy, right? And you know, they have money. They make good money, right? So these are my target markets, right? Why? Because I know how to talk to them. I can talk to them and say, hey, how are you doing? You don't know me, but I used to be in your business, or I know this about your business, right? I used to be in the Navy, blah blah blah. I work with a lot of pastors, whatever. Okay, and I can get that conversation started quicker, you know, and what that means is a lot of times we speak the same language, we communicate clearly together, and it's gonna easier for me to get the message across. And then they're with me or they're not. And if they're not, hey, who do you know? All right, and that'll get you too. It's like playing football, man. You're the middle linebacker. All right, I don't want the center. I don't want the cornerback. I don't want the guard. I don't want the full or the tackle. I want the quarterback or the running back. Right, so I got to get past them. Right, and they're they're trained to keep from getting past them. Most everybody else isn't. In fact, they'll let you get past them because they want to get off the phone with you. All right, that's my strategy, and I'm going to be running with it. Have a great Tuesday.